Welcome to the 12-Minute Leadership Podcast, where in 12 minutes or less, I'll share small things that you can put into immediate practice that will make a big difference in your leadership effectiveness. I'm your host, Elise Boggs-Morales, leadership professor, consultant, and coach. For the last 17 years, I have helped thousands of leaders level up their influence and achieve remarkable results. If you want to trade compliance for true commitment and create your dream team, you are in the right place. Get ready for a quick hit of practical wisdom to increase your team's engagement, inspire top performance, and retain your best talent. Ready to level up your influence and get better results? 12 minutes starts now. Hi everyone, Elise here. Welcome to episode 33. Today I want to talk about something I call leadership orange flags. Not red flags, not emergencies, not crisis, but early warning signs. Orange flags are the kind of things that if you catch them early and deal with them well, don't have to become bigger issues. But if you ignore them, rationalize them, or normalize them, they almost always grow into culture problems, performance issues, turnover, or leadership breakdowns. And here's the important part. These orange flags usually show up in leaders, not in the organization. So this episode is an invitation to do a little self-audit and a little leadership team audit, without shame, but with honesty. So let's get started. Orange flag number 1. Leaders don't ask for feedback and/or are defensive when given feedback. Why this matters. When leaders stop seeking feedback, self-awareness starts to erode. And when self-awareness erodes, blind spots grow, impact and intent drift apart, people stop telling the truth, and leaders slowly become disconnected from reality. Organizations don't usually fail because leaders don't have enough confidence. They fail because leaders stop being curious about their impact. The antidote? Regular 360 feedback. Normalizing feedback as development, not punishment, and leaders modeling, what's it like to be on the other side of me? A healthy leadership culture is one where feedback is information, not a threat. And it starts at the executive level. If you can't have a feedback mechanism that's healthy at the executive level, oftentimes you're going to find that feedback isn't exchanged and dealt with well at all levels of the organization. All right, orange flag number 2, leaders do everything themselves and they don't delegate. Why this matters. When leaders don't delegate, they become bottlenecks. They train their teams to be dependent. They burn out and they unintentionally communicate, I don't fully trust you. This often looks like, it's faster if I just do it. I'll fix it myself, or I don't want to burden anyone. But over time, this kills your leadership pipeline, ownership, confidence, and scalability. The antidote? Delegate outcomes, not just tasks. Invest in teaching, not rescuing. And ask, what should only I be doing? Great leaders don't prove their value by doing more. They prove it by developing more. The true test of leadership isn't creating followers, it's creating more leaders. Orange flag number 4. Poor emotional regulation in conflict, either avoiding it completely or exploding when it does happen. Why this matters. Leaders who avoid conflict create false harmony, and leaders who explode in conflict create fear, but both destroy trust. When leaders can't regulate themselves, teams walk on eggshells, real issues don't get addressed, or conversations become unsafe. Emotional intelligence isn't about being soft, it's about being stable and trustworthy under pressure. The antidote? Build emotional awareness. Learn your triggers, slow down reactions, and get curious before you get certain. Healthy leaders can stay present in tension, tell the truth without attacking, and hear hard things without collapsing or dominating. And if you want to learn more step by step about this particular area, you can check out my book, Lead Anyone, on Amazon, 28 Days to Transforming Your Team Through the Power of Emotional Intelligence. And finally, leadership flag number 5, no clear vision. Why this matters. When leaders don't have a vision, teams drift, priorities constantly change, motivation drops, and everything feels reactive. When I do 360s at the executive and senior leadership level, vision is often one of the top 3 lowest areas for leaders, which is so important to have because people don't just want tasks, they want meaning, direction, and context. Without vision, urgency replaces strategy, activity replaces alignment, and burnout replaces purpose. The antidote: clarify and communicate the why. A great resource for this is Simon Sinek's YouTube video, Start With Why. He also has a book by the same title. The other antidote is to reconnect work to purpose and impact, and make sure people know where you're going and why it matters. Vision doesn't have to be poetic, it just has to be clear and consistent. So in closing, here's what I want you to remember. Orange flags are not failures, they're invitations. They're invitations to mature your leadership, strengthen your culture, and prevent future breakdowns. So I'll leave you with a few reflective questions. Which of these might be showing up in me? Which might be showing up on my leadership team or those I'm seeking to promote? And what's one small step I could take this quarter to address it? Because great leadership isn't about being perfect. It's about being awake, aware, and willing to grow before problems get expensive. If this episode was helpful, share it with another leader who cares about building something healthy and sustainable. I'll see you next time. Like what you heard on today's episode and want to go deeper? Subscribe to this podcast so you never miss an episode. You can also pick up my book, Lead Anyone, on Amazon. Then, go to my website to check out ways that we can support your leadership goals. From executive retreats to customized training and coaching, my team of experts will help you level up your leadership and accelerate your results. Go to www.eliseboggs.com for more info.